culture, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hey. For the Culture Podcast, episode 169, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. It's a beautiful day.
Yeah.
It's Saturday, for y'all anyway.
Lord.
I didn't have nothing to say last week, but I'm back. Y'all enjoy this beautiful record by Cordae and Wayne. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Yeah, I'm dealing with a lot of problems, don't know if y'all can relate. Feeling like Ride Wave, I got a lot on my plate. And I can really use a stress reliever. Cause where I'm from, they catching bullets like the best receivers. The choppers singing like Justin Bieber. The most effective leaders have closed mouths and open ears. Like the now, I could flow for years. I really got my own sneaker, used to shop at Sears. Rap niggas lying through they teeth, though these are not veneers. Skipping through the airport, but soon we'll hop on Lears. I conquer fears, running up them M's and drop my mama tears. I love Jim Carrey, but don't fuck with yes men. I need honest ears when in the studio. Turn down the movie roll to finish the album. I pray the outcome is good. Clayton Bigsby, I done took a nigga out of the hood. Carrying water, chopping the wood. But you gon' always have motion if the product is good. Lord knows, it's crazy how I can just text Hove and run plays on the weekend. It's more than just XOs. When I dropped my first album, was nervous, my chest froze. Plans gon' be executed like niggas on death row. Bought a new fucking crib, but that shit is an escrow. Cut my credits go low as my self-esteem, but I grow. It's a yellow beam when I glow. I have mellow dreams when I smoke. To my fellow kings, keep the hope. I think Elohim that I woke up this morning, acting wild like a black amount. We smoked the opponent. I prayed and hoped for this moment, and if I post it, I own it. No cap for me. We get money like athletes, like the eighth man on the Wizards. That's more of a match for me. If we being completely honest, me and the mic got chemistry. Boy, I got this down to a science. I promise you, I ain't lying. Get love in every barrel. My niggas are very thorough. Wish a nigga would like Timmy, bro. Send him to fairy world. Never wore a Jerry curl like Mike Jack in the 80s. I might crash the Mercedes. My life flash from a baby. I reminisce on the daily. My penmanship, which they pay me. It's time to get the bacon. This shit is biscuits and gravy. Time to break fast. To keep it real, how long the fake last? New Year, same goal. Stay out the way and make cash. The competition, then we way past. I need more real love and less fake laughs. Just let it breathe. Let it breathe. Now put your hands in the sky. Yeah. Feel the vibe. Let it breathe. Now put your hands in the sky. You feel the vibe. Just let it breathe.
I need more real love and less fake laughs. The way this mean mug like a face mask. She give me real love with that fake ass. It fit me like a glove, OJ hands. I'ma need a little love from your hating ass. Real love, Mary J plan. Need less yes men and more amens. I'ma need more real prayers and less praying hands. I'm smoking straight gas, no brake pads. You smoking bubba dub, nigga, straight trash. I get more camel toe than them Arabs. She deep throat the whole dick but couldn't take half. I take a nigga life before he take the stand. Take some drugs and take off, take some when I land. You standing on business, I'm a businessman. I'm the GOAT, nigga, you a sacrificial lamb. You a teddy bear, nigga, you a Teddy Graham. You sweet as jelly jam, honey glazed deli ham. Bubble gum, candy yams, my gun never jam. I got a heavy hand, but hold it like a steady cam. Am I talking to the Martians when I pray, man? I need to know, is there a heaven or just Space Jam? And it's Saturday morning every day, man. Young Cordae and Cordae, man, all day, man. Why they playing? Elvis has left the building with the Graceland. And if it ain't a red flag, then it's a red flag. And if it ain't moolah, baby, then I ain't the dad. I need my head scanned. Yeah, I need more hard drugs, less annoyed plugs. I need the astronaut pack with asteroid buds. Blunt like a rocket ship, yeah, we going up. Coffee in a styrofoam cup. Good morning, it's Saturday.
Like I said, welcome back to the pod, man. It's For the Culture Podcast, episode 169. And, yeah. We going crazy. So, I'm going to start off with the anniversaries like always. Aaliyah released her self-titled and final album, The Red Album, on the 7th in 2001. There's a lot of conflicting reports on whether it was the 7th or the 17th. On Discogs, it says the 7th. Aaliyah's official page posted on the 17th. The last few years that I've posted that album was on the 7th, and there were no conflicting things, so I don't know which day it is. I'm going to look more into that and figure it out. But as of right now, I'm saying it was the 7th. So yeah. Also on the 7th, 7th Streeter turned 38. On the 8th, Jaden Smith turned 26. Brent Faiyaz released his album Wasteland on the 8th in 2022. Schoolboy Q released his album The Blank Faith LP on the 8th in 2016. On the 9th, I turned 27. Michael Jackson released Don't Stop Till You Get Enough on the 10th in 1979. Frank Ocean released his classic debut album Channel Orange on the 10th in 2012. Lil' Kim turned 50 on the 11th. Boys in the Hood premiered in theaters on the 12th in 1991. Toni Braxton released her classic self-titled debut album on the 13th in 1993. Tiny of Escape turned 49 on the 14th. Monica released her album The Boy Is Mine on the 14th in 1998. Nas released his album Life Is Good on the 14th in 2012. Chingy released his debut album Jackpot on the 15th in 2003. Aaliyah released her classic single If Your Girl Only Knew on the 15th in 96. Jim Jones turned 48 on the 15th. Nas released his untitled album on the 15th in 2008. Missy Elliott released her classic debut album Super Duper Fly on the 15th in 97. Future released his album DS2, it's a classic, on the 17th in 2015. Foxy Brown released her album Broken Silence on the 17th in 2001. Monica released her debut album Miss Thang on the 18th in 1995. Bad Boys 2 premiered in theaters on the 18th in 2003. Jodeci released their classic album The Show, The After Party, The Hotel on the 18th in 1995. National Boombox Day was on the 20th. Rick Ross released his classic album Teflon Don on the 20th in 2010. Cool G Rap turned 56 on the 20th. Buddy released his album Harlan and Alondra on the 20th in 2018. Tyler, the Creator, released his classic album Flower Boy, and Meek Mill released his Wins and Losses album on the 21st in 2017. Keith Sweat turned 63 on the 22nd. Poetic Justice premiered in theaters on the 23rd in 1993. We sadly lost Amy Winehouse on the 23rd in 2011. Barry Bonds turned 60 and J-Lo turned 55 on the 24th. Bone Thugs and Harmony released their classic album E1999 Eternal on the 25th in 95. Pharrell released his album In My Mind, a classic, on the 25th in 2006. Today in 1969, the Jackson 5 signed to Motown Records. Today in 1994, Craig Mack released Flavor in Your Ear. Today in 2019, Cordae released his debut album, The Lost Boy. And then also, a birthday today was Guapdad 4000, who turned 32, so shout out to him. And another classic album released today in 2011, and that is J-Rock's Follow Me Home album. And those are your anniversaries. I'm going to start off with a moment of silence for Sonya Massey, because she was murdered in cold blood on camera. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen it, it's not really worth looking up. Just know another black woman was murdered by a police officer, but I'm going to be quiet for just a second to recognize her. All right, now to get into everything, I want to start off by saying that the Olympics are here, so I am very patriotic about the Olympics. This country has me fucked up for a lot of reasons, and I'll talk about that a little bit later on. But as far as sports go, when it comes to Team USA, I'm turned up. I'm locked in. I need Steph and Bron to go stupid. I need Sha'Carri Wilson to win her races. Shout out that young nigga Quincy. He's 16 in the Olympics, running the 400. I believe he's an alternate for the sprints or something like that. So shout out to him. Breakdancing is in the Olympics now. We got flag football or football. We got a lot of shit going on, man. So, Simone Biles is back. Her mind is right, thank God, and we finna get crazy. So shout out to all the Olympians repping Team USA. Shout out to all the black countries around the world and across the diaspora that's going crazy. So, let's rack up these medals and let America win the Olympics again, because that's what we do. So yeah, the Olympics are here, and I'm excited about that. Into the music thing, Big Sean announced a new album, and his album will be coming next month. Better Me Than You is coming on August 9th. He had a freestyle on the Radar, and people were saying he was dissing Kendrick, which he wasn't. People close talked to him and said it was more about Kanye, and not really a diss, but just, talking about the situation. But yeah, I'm excited for a new Big Sean album. The last one was good. Detroit 2 was good. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited to hear what Big Sean got to say. And people need to recognize that one of his flows, especially the one that he did on the Radar freestyle, that's a flow that Drake decided to use. So If you listen close and you understand, it's fine. If you're a fan of Drake, that's fine. So am I, but musically. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Ice Spice's new album, in my opinion, was all right. You know what I mean? It was cool. Nothing special. It wasn't nothing crazy, but I do support Ice Spice, and I like her music and like her personality and stuff. She cool. So I do think the EP was a lot better, and she did speak on a few things in her interview with Rolling Stone, and I will go to that in just a second because she talked about a lot. She mentioned the Nicki thing. I put that on my Instagram at ML3 for the Culture, so if you haven't seen that, go ahead and follow me on Instagram at ML3 for the Culture. But when she was asked about the Lotto beef thing, she said this, quote, "I can understand a friendly competition, but I just feel like at this point it's a joke that she's just dragged out, and it's just not even funny. Like, bro, think you this shit isn't from January. You're going to post a picture of a shit cake to announce something that's good news for you? I feel like if we ever spoke and I asked her what's the issue, it'd be a blank stare. It'd really be no issue whatsoever, especially for me." So, I get it. It's like in her mind, I guess it was friendly competition, not like a real I'll fight you type shit. And then, speaking on Lotto, her new album is titled Sugar Honey Iced Tea, which is obviously an acronym for shit, and it's coming on August 9th as well. When you look at it that way, it seems like she's looking for another response or trying to get another response. When it comes to actually rapping and just putting words together, Lotto is the better artist at doing those things. But as far as who's, kind of kept a even head during all of this, it's been Ice Spice. The music hasn't been as good from Ice Spice since that song, but I will say, I don't know, like Ice Spice's music, it hasn't fallen off per se, but Did It First was a good song. I feel like those are the type of beats that she needs to stay on, and that's the pocket that she does best in. She did a song with Travis Scott that was cool. What else was on this album? Let me check. Fat Butt was just a Nicki impression, in my opinion. And I don't mean that in a negative way. It's just like she literally just did a Nicki flow and rapped the song. It's not bad. And yeah, Think You're the Shit is on here. Give Me a Light I didn't like, but it sounds better in the cohesiveness of this album. It sounds a lot better on here. But yeah, I have to just listen to it a couple times. But on my first listen, I say 6 out of 10. But that's just my first listen. So we'll see if this grows on me. But again, the EP that she dropped a couple years ago, much better in my opinion. Because it felt more cohesive and it felt less, not forced, that's the wrong word, but it felt less like she was really trying to get something out of this. The last one felt like she was just doing her thing and it was in the flow of just, she was rising. So we'll see how she goes with this next era of music and if she does any features or anything like that. So yeah, that's Ice Spice's album, what I got to say about that. But speaking of music, I will say as far as what I'm doing goes, the summer playlists are out and I had you guys vote earlier today, and according to y'all want me to update them in mid-August, so these next couple albums will be able to be in the rotation of the playlist. So mid-August, Summer Vibes 13 and 14 will be updated for the final time this year, and that'll be that. As far as other new music that we got, Childish Gambino's new album, and his last album under Childish Gambino, I believe, according to what he was saying the last couple years, that shit hard. Now, I'll probably do a full breakdown later on, but that album, like, he's one of those artists where you don't press anything, you press play, and you let it play, and then you forget where you at in the album type shit. It's just good music. So I want to say shout out to him. Shout out to all the features he put on there. He had Chloe on there. He had a lot of people on there. Let me go back and read through it. There was a lot of artists on this album. He had Georgia Smith. He had Fouché, who also has an album coming out next month. He had Yeet on here. Just good music, bro. So shout out to Childish Gambino, Donald Glover. I haven't watched the videos or anything that came with it yet, but I will get to that. And yeah, JT dropped City Cinderella, and I'll have more to say about that after I let you guys listen to this record. So enjoy.
It's time. Bass is gonna blow your mind.
Oh! Pay attention, bitch.
What's up, y'all? What's it gonna be? Who's on the air with your homie, y'all be? can't do it on a dick like me. Nah, tall ass bitch ain't lit like me at all. Not pretty, not thick like me. I'm the template, bitch, better get like me. Got him tempted, now he wanna trick on me. Bent over, he gave me the Bentley key. I'm a demon, drop him like a SRT. He fiendin', he can't get enough of JT. We ain't fucking with no losers.
No.
Hands in the air if you came with a shooter. I'm in NYC with the Ooters. All the way from Dade County with the boosters. Good coochie gang, we vibing. Outside all summer, no hiding. X text me, I'm wildin'. Fuck ass nigga, I'm vibing.
Throw that pussy, throw that pussy, throw that pussy, I'ma catch that shit.
Do my ladies run this motherfucker? Do my fellas run this motherfucker? Hell no. Do he lay that dick? Do he pay your rent? Do he buy you shit? Take care of them kids? Boy, I really wanna
Stop that
stay
shit.
and play them stupid silly games you
Bitch, stop that
play.
shit.
But I'm outside and you gon' see I'ma be the one to make you weak. Boy, I really wanna
that
stay
shit.
and play them stupid silly games
pop
you
that
play.
shit.
But I'm outside and you gon' see I'ma be the one to make you weak.
Slide to the beat, vibe to the beat, slide to the beat if you're a big old freak. Throw that pussy, throw that pussy, throw that pussy, I'ma catch that shit. Throw that pussy, throw that pussy, throw that pussy, I'ma catch that shit. Your friends mad, but you the thickest one. Your friend mad, but you the thickest one. Your friends mad, but you the thickest one. You the thickest one, thickest one.
Boy, I really
Rest in peace, Uncle Wild.
wanna stay and
Born in the
play
ghetto,
them
raised in the
silly
hood.
games you play. But
What's
I'm
up, y'all? What's it gonna be?
outside
You was on the hour with your
and
homie
you
Al P.
I'ma be the one to make you weak. Boy, I really
15
wanna
now.
stay and play them
Peace in the hood.
silly games you play.
Miracle.
But I'm outside
Dade County
and
shit.
you gon' see I'ma be the one to make you weak.
Might meet me up. Let's go. My ladies run this motherfucker. You know we do.
Yeah, that song is great to me. That's a good record for the summer. So that will be on the updated playlist. But this technically isn't an album. It's her mixtape, her debut solo mixtape. And she did great. This is what it's supposed to sound like. You just having fun. You doing your thing. There's no pressure on this project. And JT did a great job. So shout out to her. Shout out to the album. I hope y'all slapping this or streaming this, I should say. But as far as projects go, there is a new project that is potentially on the way. Kehlani posted a notebook with While We Wait 2. If you don't remember, we got While We Wait in 2019 before she dropped an album. And she's apparently waiting, quote unquote, on her solo self-titled album. And we're going to get this in the meantime. I don't know when this is coming out, but she posted it. So, yeah. And speaking of projects, you know, the importance of albums and projects and listening to things the way the artist intended. We have an artist who doesn't believe that. And Pink Pantheress had this to say when she was talking to Kids Takeover. And she said, quote, "I don't listen to albums, I just listen to songs. I don't listen to albums. That's why when it came to my own album, I was like, do people care about track listing?" And then she got on Twitter and said this, quote, "All that to say there is no right or wrong way to consume or make music. It's people trying to say there is that stops people from enjoying plus creating art in whichever form they want. Who cares if I listen to albums in full? LOL. It's music. It's meant to be unique to everyone." Now, let me say this. There's no right way to consume or make music. In a sense, yes, there is no wrong way to consume or make music. Because you're an artist, you get to choose how you make your songs, and then people are going to do whatever they want as far as consuming it. And her last sentence, it's music, it's meant to be unique to everyone. That's 100% true, and that just is what it is. Everything in between. When it comes to albums and the art form of music, whether it's hip-hop, R&B, pop, house, whatever type of music you listen to and enjoy, it does not matter. The way that you put something together is a representation of you as the artist, and the way that you consume something is a representation of you as the listener in respect to said artist. So if you, as a consumer, see an artist put in their heart and soul, because people who actually care about music for real, this is what I'm talking about, make the music and they put their heart and soul. There is a specific reason why songs are the intro. There's a reason why songs are the outro. There's a reason why a song comes after the other. There's a reason why that there's a skit on albums when there's skits on albums. This is why I make the playlists the way I make them. They're in order. You could listen to it on shuffle if you want to, but the way that I made the playlist is the way it's intended to be listened to. And then after you listen to it that one time, do whatever you want to do. And that's how I treat albums. If you see an album come out and you're like, fuck all that, I'm going to just pick this one song that I've heard already, or this song leaked, and I'm going to just go listen to this, and then I don't hear nothing else. And then when the discussion around that album is happening and you're confused on what's going on, it's probably because you didn't listen to the album in full, or you didn't listen to the album the way it's supposed to be listened to, or you disrespected the artist by not listening to the album in full at all, or you don't understand the way an artist meant something on their album because you listened to it out of order the first time, or you didn't, when you care about music. Again, I'm speaking to people who care about music for real, not just casual listeners who play shit on the radio or just listen to things in general. When you care about music, sometimes an album is really good or a song is really good. You want to know what the sample's from. You want to know what the artist went through to make that song. You want to know why they're shouting out their uncle on a song like JT just did. You want to know why Beyonce put her name spelled quote unquote incorrectly on a sash on her album. You want to know these things. You want to know why Biggie said this on this verse. You want to know what he's referencing when he said something that seems crazy as hell, but it's not actually his quote. You want to know why Brandy is layering her voice the way she layers it when she sings. You want to know why Tupac is talking about his mom and explaining his life that way. You want to know why Snoop Dogg is rapping from this perspective about the devil trying to get a hold of him. You want to know why Cameron raps the way he does. You want to know why Kendrick Lamar is so important to culture and the way he raps about things on To Pimp a Butterfly. You want to know why he got a Pulitzer for Damn. You want to know why Nipsey Hussle's first album officially was so important for him in his career. You want to know these things. Albums are very important. It's not just songs. It's not just, oh, I want to make money and have fun and dance. Like, yes, music is fun. It's meant to be fun. It's meant for you to enjoy. But when artists truly care about things and you care about the things the artist makes, it is very important to consume it the right way the first time. And then you can do whatever you want with it because you own it and you get your music. But art is subjective to everyone. Like, it's unique to everyone. But there's a reason why the artist made it. And if the artist says that this is whatever, they'll let you know. If artists don't give a fuck about what they do, they tell you, whether they tell you straight up, or they tell you they're in it for the money, or they tell you they don't really care, or they tell you things like they don't listen to albums, but they make them. Like, come on now. And this is no disrespect for Pink Pantheress. She just seems like an artist who doesn't care about music as much as other people. If she does and she just decides to listen to it that way, that's her prerogative and that's fine. But generally speaking, I think that you should listen to albums the way the artist intended, or listen to any type of cohesive thing of music, whether it's me making playlists, if Apple Music made a playlist and it's meant to be listened to in order, if like when artists do playlists for Spotify, I listen to it the order they put it in, or, if a DJ, that's like having a DJ set and someone, like you posted your DJ set and someone just skipping back and forth through your DJ set. You did transitions for a reason. You mixed it that way for a reason. You picked those songs for a reason. So that's just, it's a whole disrespect to what you had going on and why you created the art that you created. That's not cool, in my opinion. So, albums are very important. I don't want them to die because of that mindset taking over. It's okay to, do things your way. But music is very important, and albums have been not taken seriously. And people have been talking about that for a long time. And for an artist who's very talented to come in and say that, it's just like, bro, don't continue this trend, please, please. Because we want to have the next generation of superstars to come in and do the things that this last 15 years have been doing. And we don't have that yet. So, until we do, that mindset is going to keep killing us and killing the art form. So I don't want that to continue to happen. So please listen to music the right way for you, and listen to music the right way in general. I'm going to switch topics real quick because a couple of artists have a lot of weird stuff going on. So we're going to talk about that. Now, 50 Cent linked up with Drake randomly. I do know that Drake and 50 Cent both don't like Rick Ross, so them being cool with each other makes sense. A mutual enemy. Now, they didn't link up to make music. According to 50 Cent, they linked up to talk about TV ideas or TV show ideas or something like that. So they might have something coming. I'm not sure. 50 Cent didn't have to post any of this. Drake didn't have to post any of this. So clearly they want the attention. Both of those artists are people who love attention, and that's just is what it is. Now, when it comes to Drake, again, something else happened. Schoolboy Q was supposed to be performing in Toronto at a club or a venue. Let me check. I got to see which one it was. But let's see. The venue was, it was a large scale nightclub. And it was called History. And it's in Toronto. And Drake is a co-owner. Or he's an owner, one of the two. And the venue, turned Schoolboy Q down when one of his shows. Now, he had this to say on Twitter. They just canceled my show in Toronto. Canadian police don't want nobody from TDE performing. Top was just with Wayne and Baby. Party Next Door just had a show at the Palladium. If we wanted to get y'all, we would have just did it. Now, when somebody get hurt, don't cry. Actually, I get it. Never mind, this shit low-key hilarious. I don't know why Dot put me in that fucking video. And then he said, that was pretty much it. But I'm just like, Drake, I understand. But Schoolboy Q didn't dish you. And you lost. I understand, but it's just funny at this point. But yeah, as a co-owner of the shit, I guess, it makes sense that he would do that. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about very, very briefly, because there's not a lot of details on this. Chris Brown has been accused of something. Now, the tweet I'm reading is from my mixtapes. I don't, vouch for their validity or anything, but this is something that's going on. So here's their tweet. A new lawsuit claims Chris Brown arranged for 4 men to be assaulted after his show in Fort Worth, Texas. The victims are suing Brown, Yellow Beezy, and others for $50 million. They claim they were invited backstage, but got attacked by Brown's entourage when they tried to leave. Now, based on the tweet and based on everything I've been reading about this, Chris Brown is not named as an actual attacker. And this is one of those cases where an artist's entourage is going to get them in trouble. Now, if Chris Brown did fight these people, it is what it is. But this isn't one of those cases that people talk about because they want to bring up, oh, he's an abuser. If this is 4 grown men and other grown men that are fighting, this has been considered just a fight every other time with any other artist. Rick Ross just got jumped by a bunch of white people yelling the N-word, calling him a nigga and all types of shit. And it was hee hee ha ha for Drake fans, and Drake even co-signed the shit occurring. So if we're going to say that's funny and hilarious of artists getting jumped on because he wanted to play a diss record, then we shouldn't be giving a fuck about Chris Brown and a bunch of niggas fighting. That's where I'm looking at it. Now, this is not the first time. Again, like even taking Rick Ross thing out, niggas have fought for many other things, and it's never been that deep. Chris Brown and Drake got into a fight in a nightclub. Chris Brown and Frank Ocean got into a fight. These are niggas fighting. When these women fight on television all the time, we don't hear all this abuser shit. So that's what I want to say about that. We'll see what happened. But it's looking like one of those cases where Entourage did some stupid shit, which they tend to do sometimes for any artist, not just Chris. And, that leads to the artist dealing with some lawsuits and, shit like that. I don't know. It's crazy that Yellow Beezy is involved. Like, it was in Fort Worth, and he's from Dallas or Fort Worth, I believe. So I guess his entourage was involved too. But $50 million is a lot. I'm like, damn, what the fuck did they do to y'all? Because I haven't seen no video or anything like that. So we'll see how it goes, and we'll see what happens. But, yeah. The second to last thing I want to speak on is, in regards to the NBA. I'm a huge NBA fan. I've watched basketball since I was very, very, very little. TNT has lost its bid against Amazon for an NBA deal to continue. And that means that NBA's, like, everything that was on TNT is probably going to end up on Amazon going forward after this next season. And that means that we are losing one of the greatest shows of all time with Shaq, Ernie, Chuck, and Kenny. And I want to thank TNT for endless memories, whether it was the games, because a lot of the NBA's greatest games that I can remember it was on TNT, or all the countless things that, those 4 gave us, because great show. And I'm expecting a crazy amount of, memes and videos and things that they're saying when they're breaking down the game this year, because it's going to be their last year together. It's the last year of NBA on TNT. It's kind of sad, honestly, because sports getting put behind these paywalls of Amazon, of Peacock. Sometimes it's not behind a paywall for Peacock, but with Peacock, with YouTube TV, all this type of stuff, it's like, bro, I understand that you want your money in this that's growing, because I think it's like a $1.8 billion deal or something, and they said the TNT didn't match it. Charles Barkley said they did, and he said it's a sad day when these organizations choose money over the fans, and I agree with that 100%. And he said that they're going to give us everything they got this season, and I expect them to critique the fuck out of the NBA because they can't do nothing about it. The NBA has definitely lost its touch of like its soul when it comes to presenting the game on television. The NBA finals this year, it didn't feel the same. It hasn't felt the same for a little minute, but like it's not the finals on the court. We got big ass YouTube TV prints on the court, but we can't get the Larry O'Brien trophy in the middle. We can't get the cursive finals. It doesn't look luxurious anymore. It doesn't feel like it's something you're really trying to attain. It feels like a regular TV basketball game that you're watching, and I feel like that started to fall off after the bubble. It kind of lost its touch, and the NBA needs to get its shit together when it comes to presenting the game, because it's a beautiful game. It hasn't really lost its step when it comes to the product on the court, but the way that they're presenting it, it makes it seem like it has. So Adam Silver, please get right. We want that ABC TNT type of presentation. Make it look like this is a entertainment at the end of the day. Yes, these are real athletes and they do these things, and but like you need to entertain the audience. You need to give these audiences something that they want to tune into and watch, that they're willing to pay for, because no one's willing to pay extra behind these paywalls for something that we've been watching all this time. For one, for free, or two, for cheaper. Three, something that has been losing its production value over the last 4 or 5 years. So I need the NBA to do better, and I hope that it can, because I love sports. I'm going to watch anyway, but it's like it has been falling off for a little minute now, and Adam Silver needs to do better. The final thing I want to speak on briefly, because I'm not going to even go too crazy on this, is that Joe Biden dropped out, and he endorsed Kamala Harris, and, she's officially the Democratic nominee as far as I know, and, it's very important that we vote and make sure that Trump doesn't get in office, because Project 2025 is real. And if all you niggas think that you're going to get paid by voting for Trump and be pandemic rich, you're stupid. If you think that Kamala being a prosecutor in the past, and you think that she did all those things, that, you can look up public record. And again, I believe these things at one point too, but when you look into the public record, it's not necessarily the case. Yes, black men have been put in jail incorrectly for a long time. She wasn't the only prosecutor. They called her a social worker, not a prosecutor, because she was trying to make sure people didn't go to jail all the time. There have been plenty of incorrect cases in California that didn't involve her. The 3-strike rule was a thing way before Kamala was in any office. And at the end of the day, whether you like her or not, Project 2025 is not something that she's endorsing or going to be putting into place. And Agenda 47, I think that's what Trump calls it, is not something that she's going to be putting into place either. She didn't cause an insurrection on the capital of this country on January 6, 2021. And, those 3 things alone should be enough. But if you want to be ignorant, that's on you. And, you know who you are. I don't think any of those people are even listening to this. But if you are, and you want to be stupid, that's on you. If you refer to Trump and anyone around him and you say we, and you are not a white straight man, you're ignorant as hell. And there's no other way to put it. I'm sorry, there isn't. If you look at racist Republicans who wouldn't give a damn about you, that are now bringing up black men being put in jail as their talking point to counter Kamala Harris, and you think that they give a fuck for real, you're stupid. Because 4 years ago, when we were all outside protesting, well, not we all, because y'all niggas who voting for Trump weren't outside protesting, but when I was outside protesting, Trump was the one sending the cops and SWAT to Portland and Oakland and all that types of stuff. So if you want to be ignorant, but I suggest that you read things, you learn what the 3 branches of government are, because a lot of you motherfuckers don't know that. And, vote. Make sure that you do your part. And if you don't care about the presidency and you want to be that ignorant, that's on you. If you want to complain about gas prices and rent and shit like that, First of all, the president doesn't have a button to do those things. Second, local elections are what helps your schools, what helps your rent control in your area, if it's even an option. And yeah, actually read up on things. Don't watch the debates to see who's funnier or who cooked who and vote based on that. Look at these propositions on paper or on a video explaining exactly what they are, not these stupid ass commercials, because both sides be lying on these commercials. Read these things that are important to your rights and your life and your future. And, you know, make sure that you can help create a safer America for you and your children and children of color and black children and people who deserve their rights as immigrants and people who deserve their rights as gays, transgenders, bisexual, all of that. Like, people are getting their rights taken away. Women are getting their rights taken away around this country, and you guys are talking about $1,200 that we all collectively agreed was not enough money after we waited 4 months for it because Trump pushed it back to sign the papers and didn't want to give us $2,000 and all that other shit. And they texted and got it back. So we didn't get any money at the end of the day. I need you niggas to be smart. Please. For once in your life, be smart. Please. I know that you're like, oh, our democracy's always at stake. Yes, it is, sadly. I don't want it to be at stake every 4 years either, but with this stupid ass nigga running, it has been at stake the last 2 elections, including, and then, you know, this third one. So I need y'all to be smart and not fuck up this country again, please, because we saw what Trump's presidency did, and those of you saying prices were down and all this other shit, you forget that he came into an economy that Obama created and cultivated over 8 years, and then it was fucked by the time he left. So, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I hope that you guys are enjoying your summer. It's been hot. It was another heat wave out here in the Bay. But, you know, we cooling off this week. Hopefully, you know, the summer doesn't go back to 150,000 degrees again. Enjoy your summer. I don't know if y'all are traveling. If you are, be safe. And again, be smart. I love all of you. Thank you for all my listeners. I'm over 8,000 on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram yet, join the movement before I hit 10K. At ML3 for the Culture. ML3fortheculture.com is the website. I got something new coming. Shout out my friend Izzy once again for creating something special for me. And you guys will see it soon. And as I always say, black people, stay together.
Look, I walk like a Mack, talk like a Mack, stack racks like a Mack, trap like a Mack, nigga move like a Mack, I groove like a Mack, nigga move like a Mack, I move like a Mack, nigga.
I be jugging like a motherfucker, don't ask about my price. Got a DE with a scope on it and a K-Wop with a knife. Gotta maintain when the price drop, gotta keep going when it's high. Gotta blend in when I'm doing dirt and the undope when I slide. I done sold dope, but I sent hoes and I made it out and I'm thriving. I done made so much dough off of you, would think a nigga was lying. Man, these hoes know how I'm rocking. Man, these hoes know what I'm on. Don't approach me on no square shit, bitch, you know when I had hoes.
So I walk like a Mack, talk like a Mack, get money like a Mack, send a bitch like a Mack, I ball like a Mack, make cars like a Mack, niggas know what's handy, I ball like a Mack.
I don't move, less that motherfucking guala on the way. Okay, cool, on my way to NYC to grab a plate. Yeah, that's racks. In my city with that heater on display. Running back. In my city with that heater on display. Yeah, that's right. I just hit for another fucking dub. Yeah, that's right. You a simp, you a motherfucking scrub. Okay, cool. I just tossed some wheels on it and I dropped it. Okay, cool.